Pulling out kites to put in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friend.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And some room to maneuver. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
18.
On first down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
A first down throw for Cousins. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd leading the surge there. He drops in for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Handoff comes to Cook. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's Trubisky. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This will be, 38 yards out. And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar. And this will remain. A scoreless game. And now out comes Minnesota. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing his Cousins. He shakes him off. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's got this down to the 35. A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago 1st. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You see it? You see it?
This might be a free play here for Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Adam Shaheen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They pitch it out to Cook. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Cousins from the gun on third. Got a man, it's right. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go, Let's go, let's go. Black. 300. We're going, let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete to right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Red, up!
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Now Trubisky on first down. And he completes it to Cohen. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We're go, let's go!
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They pitch out to Howard. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Red, up!
Try to punch it in with Howard. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. from the gun. Here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Trubisky back into his end zone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
We're go. Move. Red, up. Hey, 18. Hide.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morgan. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Black. Here we go.
A give. This is Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action. Trubisky throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Trubisky with the give to Howard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go. Advance up.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And still fighting. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go.
A give to Howard. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Cousins now from the 50. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now he steps away. On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught at the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Cousins to throw it. Dancing to his left. And his pass incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Cousins buying time to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Wide. Ringo.
Cousins now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
We got 3. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, Cousins. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Move. Hey, 18.
He's back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. And you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. On the ground, it's Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch the 50. Go ahead.
They run it again with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Vikings on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Again, it's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Minnesota, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waist at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. Want the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Pop up. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our fire offend you.